Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. Today we got one from My Hero Academia, episode 70. This episode pretty much centered around Amajike. Remember the big three from UA, which we didn't know too much about him. We seen him a couple times and we just know like, hey, this guy seems like a very depressed guy. And in this episode, it kind of still seemed like that, but you kind of saw like how he got out of his shell, how he became the hero that he is in some regards, because the person that he looked up to was Mirio, and like Mirio was the person that kind of brought him out of the shell. But not only did he help Mirio help him, he also the reason. You know what I'm saying? Mirio hasn't always been the guy that we see him as. He has always had that confidence and like that drive to push himself and try to get better and better. Even if he fails, he's gonna keep trying to go harder and harder. But that's kind of like what is opposite of what Amajike had, because Amajike, he would have a great quirk, but he never really had the confidence, and you kind of see how those two parallel one another, and like they was different, but at the same time they kind of like pushed each other to like be better. Because Mirio was like, man, you got a great quirk, and you're like gonna be super strong one day, so I gotta try to keep up with you. And he always thought that like just because Mirio had this like confidence and everything, that like he was gonna be the great hero. So you saw the great dynamic that he had. Mirio was one of the first people to talk to him when he first went to school, and like how that helped him, you know what I'm saying, along the way. But like this episode, I liked this episode for multiple reasons. One was definitely Amajike, but and also I enjoyed the three villains that we got in this episode. Now, do I remember their names? No, I'm not gonna lie to you, because hey, let's be honest. Are we gonna see them again? We got the one, I think it's called Larceny, the guy who's able to steal not steal quirks, steal items from people, which is kind of like a quirk that's just like, dude, come on now. I'm only able to steal stuff that people got. It's like, come on now. The universe set him up with like a bad guy quirk. It's like, I can steal stuff. It's just like, come on. And then the guy with the crystals, he had a just dope quirk, but when you realize like the crystals aren't worth anything, that's kind of sad, you know. And you also have the guy who can eat anything, which I'm sorry to say, that might be one of the best quirks I've ever seen in My Hero Academia. If I probably could have a quirk, it's that one, because he can eat. The guy doesn't gain weight. He eats, and now he probably dookie a lot. Okay, I'm just keeping it a buck with you. But like his this quirk is like cool, and we're in a situation where we Mimic uses his powers and like starts chasing the room around, which not even just chasing the room, start chasing the entire building around. So it's like, how we gonna get to it? That's a very good quirk to use, or a good quirk to have in handy. But we also saw that he used like one of those power enhancers in order to use his quirk. And so that's how like, he was able to control the entire room, because they said his limit before that was a refrigerator, like something size of a refrigerator. So now that he can change an entire building, that's pretty crazy. I mean, those drugs really help. But I'm looking at this like, I'm looking at like some of the members of the Shia Heiseki, and I'm kind of wondering, if Overhaul escapes, what's going to happen to the rest of the guys? Because it seems like a lot of the guys are being left behind to like deal with these heroes, and I don't see a lot of them making it out. This is a full raid. You have police, and then you have a lot of, you know what I'm saying, pro heroes, and then you have like the rookies, or not necessarily the rookies, but like, you know, the students helping out as well. So like, how a lot of these guys are gonna get out? I kind of wonder what Shia Haskell is gonna look like after this raid. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe he's going to make it out? Yes. I'm kind of wondering, Mirio running to Overhaul before, and then like we see a 1v1 with that. I've had people probably on mine like, I think Mirio might die, which would suck, but it's definitely a possibility. It might not happen this soon, but like it's definitely a possibility. He can. You know what I'm saying? He's going in with confidence, but like you kind of, you expect. I think you kind of like expect the All Might to go, but like he's definitely the one that might get caught slipping, and you know what I'm saying, end up like, yeah. But who knows? The fight with Suneater and the three villains was actually a pretty good fight, because for one, I kind of had confidence. I was looking at the quirks and stuff. I'm kind of sure they'll make it out of this. I mean, he'll make it out of this because I'm like, none of these quirks are just super, super impressive. But we saw something you don't usually see at all from villains. You just usually see like the typical cliche villains. And one thing about My Hero Academia, it does has its cliche moments, but it does them in ways still where it's like, okay, this is kind of like reinventive. You know what I'm saying? It's different because you have the villains teaming up, and not only do they team up with each other, they care about each other. How often do you see a group of villains care about the people they're around? You know what I'm saying? You rarely ever see that. But in this case, just like most times with heroes, it was their downfall because you have the guy who can eat everything. His only way he hesitated, he could have got to. He still was able to get the Sun Eater if he would have just had to. He would have to eat through his partner, and he didn't want to do that. So the Sun Eater took that to his advantage, got the dub. Great ups, and like he was if he didn't eat the crystals, he kind of was like done. If you really think about it, it's like the guy couldn't do anything. Like, he had nothing else left he could do. So it was a pretty dope way that they did this episode. It built up Amajike's. Uh, I gave him some development. You kind of learned about the character. He's interesting as well. So they got him this week. Next week we got Kirishima and Fat going. We saw Kirishima do some stuff. So next week though, I think we're gonna get to see like more as to like what was going on in Kirishima's past. Like something like he feel like he wasn't able to do. There's this confidence issue that he has. So I'm excited to see what that's all about because I have no idea. I can't remember the name of the hero that's actually in that flashback. But that's next week. We get to that when we get there. This week was a great episode. Like I'm think I'm a fan of all of the big three, and I haven't really just seen much of Heidi, but her energy kind of is like one of like, oh my, you kind of really like this character, and Mirio is like, to be honest, the show could have been about him, and I think we all would have been fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Before we met Deku, now it's just only Deku, and Deku is one of the greatest characters for me ever. So it's gonna be interesting to see what this whole arc goes. Because from my understanding, what people told me, this season is gonna kill it, and I've enjoyed it completely just because I like the overhaul's dope, and him teaming with the League of Villains, and I still don't know exactly where everything is trying to go. I feel like overhaul has a plan that we just don't completely know fully. We've heard some things, and we thinking maybe this or this, but I think it's something bigger than what any of us are prepared for. So I'm looking forward to that. You guys let me know what you thought about the episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you guys later.